Welcome, welcome, welcome. What an incredibly alive and exciting time to be living in the human play. Everything is reaching this heightened place. The illusion of solidity has become so thinned out. The aspects that have been hidden out of egoic discomfort are all rising to the surface. All of the teachings throughout history are all coming to fruition at this time. And we are here now. And it is no mistake. And all that is coming up, it does not answer questions. If it answered questions, it would not be the wild, alive time that it is. But it opens the door to complete unknowing at a time when the mind's wanting to know is so strong, because the sense of uncertainty predominates the view. For those who have not been graced with this deep seeing, these times could be considered terrifying, like the ground underneath you during an earthquake, where it seems like it is all breaking apart. Everything that changes is changing more dramatically. Everything that seemed certain, the sense of uncertainty, is shining through. The attempt to hold on to something solid is slipping between the fingers. And at the same time, there is this wild aliveness, this invitation that is being extended to you. The honorable servant God, the one that will settle for nothing less than truth, no matter what it may mean. The conditioned mind does not want to settle for truth. It wants to live in its created fantasy of good and evil, right and wrong, comfort and pain, striving for nothing more than my life being what I want. But this is not about my life, and it is not about what I want. The thing about it is what it is about cannot be spoken. For it is not in the arena of the egoic mind. So many teachings over so many years, so much striving by this character, this diligent, beautiful character, gradually being humbled, where things look one way and then they look another. Things look safe and then they look dangerous. Things look kind and then they look unkind. And it is all in flux with the intensity of a tornado. But in the very center of the cyclone, it remains completely still, striving for the stillness is striving for safety. Striving for safety comes out of the separate one that is afraid of not knowing. Striving for the mind-body to be well lies in the fear of its demise. But ever since anyone hits the age of 11, this body is in the process of dying. Up until that time, cells are dying and being born, dying and being born. But the cells being born ends by the age of 11. And then the body enters the phase of dying, breaking down, just like we see in the earth, just like we see in life all around, just as is reflected in the planet, in the environment, in the collective fears. But fear is not your enemy. Fear is the response the mind has in the recognition that it does not know. It is in the state of not knowing that the deep taste reveals itself. When the conditioning wants to run to what it believes is safety, which is something recalled in a past in the life, which is discovered to just be more imagination. All that is changing, just imagination, and the attempt of the dreamer is to find solid ground where all that is known is the mind's dream. This conditioned mind believes it knows, but what it thinks it knows are positions and assumptions, all based on past conditioning. And it believes that not knowing is threatening. And so goes the journey for the ripened soul. So goes the journey for the ripened soul. What is believed to be known is recognized when you start tasting the aliveness. What is believed to be known is like cardboard, built out of thoughts, sensations, emotions, all program. And the real true question comes up. What is this all about? And it is not searching for an answer to satisfy the conditioned mind, but it is a quest at all cost to the mind of knowing what is beyond this dream we call life. What is beyond the dream that is called me? What is beyond right and wrong, good and bad, opening and closing? What is beyond what can be communicated? Beyond subject and object? Beyond me and other? Beyond time and space? The thing about this is while it cannot be articulated, it is known. Not known as in something known of the mind. Anything that is known of the mind is forgotten, changes. This is speaking about something that is imbibed, that is more sacred than words can begin to touch. It exists inside. The mind has conditioned everyone to always be looking outside. But from where does this conditioning arise to look outside for validation of an inherent belief of something that needs support to feel okay? But this is not outside or inside. It is not past or future. Anything that is spoken, it is not. But what can be felt in the thinning of the illusion is the illusion itself beginning to break apart. Like global warming, the polar ice caps, the ozone, threat of war, uncertainty in the environment, uncertainty in government, uncertainty in all belief, all uncertainty. But in having the courage to face the depths of uncertainty, what is it that can be felt and known, tasted, imbibed, What is it that is breathing the breath? From where do these five senses come? What is the question that cannot be answered? What is the question that cannot be answered? And then all of a sudden, there is something that comes so alive. What is the feeling that has no past or future? That is not of form or emptiness. That is not tangible or intangible. That neither begins nor ends. That is not outside but inside. In comparison, the breath and the senses of the body are peripheral, hardly noticeable in the constant flavor of that which is unspeakable, but is always beckoning. Something in everyone feels unsatisfied, like something is never quite right. What is that? What is that calling the attention to? And it's not something that is right. It's something that is not right or not right. It is something that is not yours or mine. Can be called isness, oneness, God. The flavor, this flavor of unity that is shared throughout infinity, is coming alive at this time of mental breaking apart. At this time where solid ground no longer feels solid, where climatic disasters are occurring everywhere, where the fragility of the economy worldwide is felt everywhere. But there is something that has taken a respite in belief that can no longer be a respite. Because it is all coming unglued. So the essence that unites everything can be tasted as yourself. What is truth and what is a lie? At a certain point, there is a recognition that every thought, if taken as truth, is actually a lie. That perception, if taken as truth, is a lie. Not that it does not offer a very clear reflection, but the reflection is empty. It is empty of things. It is empty of time. It is empty of someone. Perhaps the closest thing that can be spoken is it is felt in the innermost recesses of being. And the more this being is felt, the stronger the pull, because the pull is the purity of the nature of yourself. And the more this pull is felt, the less peripheral appearance affects anything. The more fear falls away, the more desire falls away, the more relationship with time falls away, and the more the mystical taste that has been waiting for you is felt as your own being. Whatever changes is so peripheral. The changeless nature of your being is in the innermost recesses of the heart. And it is pure unity. There is a vibration of pure unity that is always here. It has historically been bypassed. But this is all changing now. And this is why these times in the evolution of the egoic mind and the egoic condition is so ripe for your self-recognition in this moment. In this moment. How ready are you to live life without knowing anything, without the desire to be in this world or the world that the mind calls heaven, without desire, without grasping, without deflecting, realizing that conditioned mind will grasp and deflect, but it just passes through, just passes through. But what is not passing through? What has no parameters, no boundaries, includes everything, but everything is not things. In reality, it is all empty of things. Yet it is all light. But it is not light in opposition to darkness. And it does not exclude darkness. But the darkness too is recognized as an interpretation. And the interpretation arises in the light. It's all there is. It can only be known when there is the willingness to meet and face everything that created the forgetting. And what created the forgetting is a complex belief structure that I know something. The mind knows something, but it is a mirage. How ready are you to not only recognize the mirage, but to live free of its clutches? This is what is called awakening to yourself. But it is just another name. It is what is called love. But even this is a name. It is called peace and happiness. But these are names. This is the taste when the appearance of the character that is naming is realized to be just another trap, another attempt. So this is about releasing the habit of trying, of attempting, and receiving what cannot be spoken, but is felt as the unbroken nature of yourself.